I don't know about you guys, but I really miss the days when buying a new Intel computer actually made sense. Back then, if you picked up a Pentium 3, you knew it was faster than a Pentium 2. And if you got a Pentium 4, it was even better. It was simple, logical, and made shopping easy. Fast forward to today, and things are way more complicated. Intel now has so many different processors that it's hard to tell which one actually fits your needs. Between the Celerons, Pentiums, and the whole core lineup, i3, i5, i7, i9, it's a maze out there. That's why I've broken everything down into this short, straightforward video to help you understand exactly what separates these processors from one another. My goal is to make sure you don't get tricked by a pushy salesman trying to upsell you something you don't need. And at the same time, that you don't end up with something too weak for your work or gaming setup. So let's make it simple. We'll start from the entry-level chips and move all the way up to Intel's top-tier processors. Let's dive in. First up, we've got Intel Celeron. Think of it like that old squeaky bicycle you used to ride. It'll get you where you need to go, but don't expect it to win any races. Celeron chips are built for the most basic computing tasks. Browsing the web, sending emails, writing documents, or watching a few YouTube videos. Just don't open too many tabs at once. These processors typically have low core counts and modest clock speeds, which means they're not great for heavy workloads. You'll often find them in budget laptops or school Chromebooks, usually priced under $150. They're fine for students doing essays or casual users checking social media. But if you're thinking about gaming, editing videos, or running demanding software forget it. That's like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops. Celeron will get you moving, but only if you keep things light. Next up, Intel Pentium. Think of it as an electric scooter. It's not a full-blown car yet, but hey, at least it's got a motor. Compared to Celeron, Pentium gives you a noticeable boost in power and speed. You can stream Netflix, hop on Zoom calls, browse the web, and even handle light multitasking without it begging for mercy. Most Pentium chips come with 4 to 6 cores and slightly higher clock speeds, making them smoother and more capable for everyday use. They usually fall in the $150 to $300 price range, which makes them a solid middle ground option for people who want something affordable but still functional. Just don't expect it to handle heavy gaming or 4K video editing. That's way out of its league. But for students, remote workers, or anyone who just wants a reliable daily machine, Pentium still gets the job done. Now, we're stepping into Intel's core lineup, starting with the Core i3. If the Pentium was a scooter, the i3 is your first real car. Think Toyota Corolla. It's not flashy, but it's reliable, affordable, and it'll get you where you need to go without breaking down halfway there. Depending on the generation, i3 chips can have up to 8 cores, giving you plenty of muscle for everyday tasks, whether you're doing schoolwork, streaming Netflix, handling multiple browser tabs, or even some light gaming. Titles like Minecraft, Fortnite, or League of Legends, the i3 handles them with ease. Of course, it's not meant for the heavy stuff. Fire up something like Cyberpunk 2077, or try 4K video editing, and you'll start to feel the limits pretty fast. Price-wise, i3 processors usually land around $300 to $450, depending on the model and configuration. So, if you want a solid, dependable machine that doesn't lag behind on daily tasks, the i3 is a great entry point. It's not a luxury sports car, but like a good fast food meal, it satisfies without emptying your wallet. All right, here's where things start getting good. The Intel Core i5. If the i3 was your first car, the i5 is the Honda Civic of processors. It's affordable, reliable, and surprisingly powerful when you push it. This is the true sweet spot for most users. Depending on the generation, i5 chips can have up to 14 cores, offering an ideal balance between performance and price. You can play most modern games, edit photos and videos, stream 4K content, and multitask across multiple apps, all without your system breaking a sweat. This is the chip for people who want to do it all without spending a fortune. If you're building a gaming PC on a budget, the i5 is almost always the go-to choice. You get excellent performance that feels premium but doesn't come with the i7 or i9 price tag. Price-wise, i5 processors range from around $500 to $900, depending on configuration. That means you're getting top-tier capability at mid-range cost, which is why it fits about 80% of users perfectly. Honestly, an i5 is like pizza. Everyone loves it. Whether you're a gamer, a student, or just someone who wants a PC that can keep up, i5 hits that perfect middle ground. Next up, Intel Core i7. And now we're officially in sports car territory. The i7 isn't just fast, it's built to impress. With up to 20 cores and noticeably higher clock speeds, this processor doesn't just handle multitasking, it laughs at it. You can game, stream, edit 4K videos, and run multiple heavy programs at once, and it'll barely break a sweat. This is the chip for professionals, creators, and serious gamers who demand top-tier performance. Whether you're editing high-resolution footage, coding, doing 3D animation, or playing the latest titles at high settings, the i7 delivers that smooth, powerful experience you're looking for. Now, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. But if all you're doing is checking emails or watching cat videos on YouTube, getting an i7 is like bringing a bazooka to a water balloon fight. Sure, you'll win. But was that really necessary? Price-wise, i7 laptops and desktops usually run anywhere between $900 and $2,000, depending on the setup. So while it's definitely more of an investment, the performance speaks for itself. For anyone who pushes their PC hard, the i7 isn't just an upgrade. It's a game changer. And finally, we've made it to the big boss, the Intel Core i9. If processors were cars, this one's straight up Formula One. It's insanely fast, insanely powerful, and yeah, insanely expensive. The i9 sits at the very top of Intel's consumer lineup, built for those who demand nothing but the best. With up to 24 cores and the highest clock speeds Intel offers, this chip is designed for extreme workloads. We're talking 8K video editing, massive 3D rendering, scientific simulations, or hardcore gaming with every setting maxed out. It chews through multitasking like it's nothing, handling dozens of demanding programs simultaneously without breaking a sweat. For professionals, video editors, animators, developers, or engineers, the i9 is an absolute dream. It's the powerhouse that makes your workflow feel effortless. But for the average user, it's way overkill. Running an i9 just to check emails or scroll Instagram is like buying a Ferrari to grab groceries. Sure, your milk gets home faster, but your wallet's in tears. Price-wise, i9 systems usually start around $2,500 and can climb much higher depending on RAM, GPU, and configuration. It's a serious investment meant for serious work. For 95% of people, though, an i7 or i5 makes way more sense. But if you're one of the few who truly needs maximum performance, the i9 is the ultimate machine. All right, take a deep breath. That was a lot to cover, but by now you should have a much clearer idea of which Intel processor fits your needs. Whether it's a Celeron for simple tasks, an i5 for balanced performance, or an i9 for serious power users, you've got the big picture. Now, I did skip a lot of technical details to keep things simple. For instance, not all i5 or i7 chips are created equal. Each generation gets a little faster and more efficient than the last. There are also different series like U, P, and H, with U being ultra efficient, H built for performance, and P sitting right in the middle. Still, the general principles we covered hold true. So hopefully this video gives you a solid starting point for picking the right Intel processor for you. So, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when a new video drops.